Now, do you think that women being in the manosphere, black manosphere specifically, do you think it has done more harm than good?
Damn, Perk did this?
I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
Next question to you. I want to get into the woman in the manosphere. Now, do you think that women being in the manosphere, black manosphere specifically, do you think it has done more harm than good?
Say that again.
Black woman in the manosphere. Do you think that it has done more harm than good?
Definitely been a net plus, and I'll
No.
tell you the reason why. Because it's you have to look at it from the perspective of tactics, strategy, politics. One of the big talking points against the manosphere in general, black manosphere is included in that, is the idea that somehow these guys are losers with women. So you have to account for the fact that if we're such losers with women, why are there so many women in it? There are those who have an issue with some black women making money in and around the black manosphere. I say that they're dead wrong. I say that it's a good thing that the black manosphere can generate income now, generate revenue to the point where there are black women who can build up an audience and make a nice living for themselves from it. That shows the economic viability and success and scalability of the black manosphere. That's not a net positive. That's not a net negative. That's a net positive. That's a good thing. So now, the enemies of the black manosphere, notably modern black feminists, have taken to calling the women in and around the black manosphere liars and pygmies and grifters, which tells me that they've run out of arguments. When you are reduced to calling names, calling people names, you've essentially conceded that you've run out of arguments. So every talking point against the black manosphere and the manosphere writ large has been demonstrably disproven by the haters, the modern black feminists. They don't have a leg to stand on anymore. And so I think that women being around in and around the black manosphere is a good thing. I also think that for there are certain men in and around the space who have an issue with women being in the space. And I point out to people, these are the kind of guys who tend to have an issue for a reason. They're not the guys who are successful. Those are the guys who are not successful. The guys who are successful don't have a problem with it. It's the guys who are not successful who do. So I always say to people, consider the source. If there's a guy that's banging on women being in the black manosphere, it's typically because he's not successful or as successful as he could be. And instead of working on that, he wants to, essentially scapegoat these ladies and try to attack any guy who comes to their offense. And it's a loser move. There's nothing alpha about it. There's everything beta and even worse about it, to tell you the truth. To use that nomenclature. So
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think so. Two reasons. I think that it's beneficial. One is because, like, if you have the women that are telling other women, hey, like, things need to change, and instead of hearing it from men, okay, you have someone in your own gender that's telling you things are messed up, right? That's one thing. And then another thing is that women in the manosphere, and there are some guys who may try to um, may try to portray that they're a bit too alpha, right? And so those women could kind of maybe level them down a little bit, or at least those guys can see, okay, you know what? There are some insecurities in me that I need to check. So I would say for those two reasons.
yeah. So yeah. I think I say it's a good thing that women are in the Black Manosphere. It's great, and it just goes to show that the other side has no arguments left. So
Absolutely, absolutely.